Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Every day, teachers across our nation reach into their own pockets to pay for classroom supplies like books, software, and pencils without ever being reimbursed by their schools. And since 2002, teachers could at least count on a $250 above-the-line tax deduction to help defray the cost of these purchases. But at the end of last year, this tax deduction was allowed to expire, meaning that teachers are not able to claim it on their individual returns this tax season, or count on it in next year as they continue to purchase supplies for their classrooms and their students. The REPAY Supplies Act, introduced by Carol Shea Porter and co-sponsored by more than 50 of our colleagues from both parties, aims to fix this problem and make the educator expense deduction permanent. Ms. Shea Porter and I were disappointed to learn that this modest deduction was not included in the recent tax reform proposals, and we will send a letter in the coming days to ask that a hearing on the REPAY Supplies Act be held as soon as possible. I hope that my colleagues will join us in signing this letter to the Ways and Means Committee and give teachers the opportunity to testify before Congress about the impact the deduction has had on their checkbooks and on their classrooms. Mr. Speaker, I'm a former Florida certified teacher, and I know how important it is that students come to school prepared, ready to learn. But without the basic supplies needed to take part in lessons, students are put at a disadvantage in the classroom, forced to rely on outdated materials, and without essential learning tools. And too often, teachers go into their own pockets to make up the difference. For many educators, more than a full-time job. They arrive at the school while many of us are still getting ready for work. They stay late into the evening. They prepare lesson plans, grade papers, and deal with parents and grandparents like us who can admittedly be a handful when guaranteeing that their child is receiving the best education possible. Teachers care deeply about their students and are often willing to sacrifice personal needs in order to provide them with the best learning experience possible. According to the latest status of the American Public School Teacher Report by the National Education Association, educators are spending approximately $477 per year on basic school supplies for their students and their classrooms. Mr. Speaker, we all want the best for our children. We work hard every day in this Congress to make sure that our children have a brighter future, and education, we know, is a key to this success, an essential component of that brighter future that we're trying to create for the next generation. But it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense that we are hamstringing the very people we've instructed with their education. We've entrusted with their education. Teachers are giving up their own time and money to help students learn and be engaged in school. The least we can do is to provide them with this modest $250 deduction to help mitigate the financial and personal sacrifices that they're already making. Every 2 years since 2002, Congress has come together in a bipartisan manner to extend this deduction on behalf of our country's educators. By making this tax deduction permanent, Congress can give teachers certainty that at least some of their purchases will be paid back, that it will improve access to essential learning materials, and it will give our educators the recognition they deserve. I urge members to join Ms. Shea Porter and me in this fight, and I look forward to working with all of us to ensure that our nation's teachers and our children have the education and the tools necessary to succeed. I thank the Speaker for the time, and I yield back.